Is that working or what? Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Okay, this is working now, right? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry about that for those who joined to the other one. YouTube does some funny things. Hello, Jay Fraser. What a week. You are right. You are right. I don't know where to look. But actually, you know what? My team's actually not looking too bad. I'll show you the trades I've done, and I'm actually not minding it. Obviously boosted this week. I've gone Reed Marnie to Blake Brayley. Actually, let's just look at the trades. So I've gone Trey Mooney out for Joe Chan. I've gone Couchman out for Tuivasa, who, oh, okay, we get to see here. Hold on. Team lists are out. Team lists are out. I want to wait for the proper thing, but I don't want the Supercoach team to ruin it. So maybe I don't go Tuivasa now because I thought he may be starting. But he still could make a bit of cash. Bit quiet. Really? Really? Are you sure your volume's not up? I mean, everything's up for me. Guys, how's my mic sounding? I'm pretty sure it's your volume. I even checked on my phone. It was fine. You sure? I'm good, right? Yeah. Like, look, watch. It was fine. That's fine. Yeah. Hello, everyone. How we doing, lads? How we doing? How's your week been? How's the trades looking? I got debated. Okay, so massive week in just injuries, suspensions. We'll talk about that, obviously. Again, I don't want to look too much into my team yet, but we'll talk about that later. How's everyone doing? Happy TLT. Oh, boys, the Discord has been made. Let's get the team list first. After that, I'll put the link of the Discord in the chat. Get in there. The community has started. Give me a W in the chat. Let's go. All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. Wolfie here from the Rage Traders. We have NRL team list round 4. You know what it is. I'm not even going to talk about the league anymore. I'm not. You've been told 1,000 times it's enough. If you're in, you're in. And if you missed out, well, try and find it. Maybe speak to someone. But I think the code from memory is 739499. The code is 739499. But let's get into the team list for round 4. Obviously, a lot of carnage, a lot of things happening. Ryan Couchman, Trey Mooney, huge suspensions. Tom Chester, even with a really horrific high tackle that he's got a suspension for late in the game as well. There's just things happening all over. Hopgood with an ACL from Ryan Couchman's tackle. So it's rough. I think there's a bit more as well, but we'll get into the team list. Sea Eagles versus Roosters. DCE visits back his homeland, lads, and this is going to be a cracker of a game. Roosters need to win. Sea Eagles need to win. So this is going to be very interesting. If you're a Tom Trebojevic owner, I think you really want to see him go at least 80, 90 plus here. I can see this being a very high scoring game, like 20 plus on each team. In my opinion, really interested now to see how Reece Robson goes. The problem is I just don't want to move. I don't want to hold on to what's his face? Reed Marnie, sorry. Because of the buy that Roosters have, I think I'll leak a bit too much cash, especially with Reed Marnie only getting 60 minutes. But let's read it here. So it's the exact same starting side that went down to the Knights before the bye for the Manly Sea Eagles. Teenage front rower Simeone Lafai has been added to the interchange as he chases an NRL debut, while young gun Joey Walsh is listed amongst the reserves, and Billy Smith is now back for the Roosters, which sees Junior Pauga make way in the only change to Trent Robinson's starting side. So again, out of everything here, the interchange is looking fine. Hugo Savala, Cody Ramsey in the 18-19, and Siamoni Leifai and Josh Folletti in the 18-19 for the Eagles. Again, if you're a Crichton owner, I think, in my opinion, I would hold him for this game because Manly's defense is shocking. I really want to see... This is the good thing, right, guys? And let me talk about this just quickly and we'll go to the next game. If you are a Reed Marnie owner, I think if Reece Robson has another really good game, you could easily hold Reed Marnie off that. Because, yes, they have the bye coming up, but boy, oh boy, if he has a really, really nice game, he could be someone we look at targeting and he could be our savior. Yes, we're going to lose a bit of coin, but I think that's plausible. Glad Paseka is playing now. Haas is out. That is, yes, we'll definitely have a look into that. But yeah, nothing much changing with the teams here besides Billy Smith coming in. I'm really interested to see how Seagulls go here with two of the centers for Roosters that are defensive threats, being back. Robert Toya was always back last week, but Billy Smith. Warriors versus West Tigers. Up the Waz. Can I say I didn't believe in the Warriors? And I always say this as a content creator. If I am wrong, I will admit it. Tanner Boyd has shut my mouth. The Warriors have shut my mouth. Now, is Adam Dewey named? Adam Dewey is named. Do you trust it? A huge in for the Warriors with 5/8 Luke Metcalf. Surely Tanner Boyd stays in. Huh? Show me. Tanner Boyd and Luke Metcalf. Interesting. I think the one interesting thing off this is this, how much is this going to affect Tanner Boyd? I don't think too much, but that's absolutely massive for the Warriors having Luke Metcalf now come back in. This could be a whitewash of a game, but I don't know. The fact that Adam Dewey's back, I don't know if that's going to be a late change. Like, we really have to watch out for that, especially if you're an owner. Latu Fine is in the reserves though, so that's a good sign. 18-19 is Bunty Afoa and Falatino Tavana. A huge in. Also back on the deck, on deck is the fullback Charles Nickel Cookstad and center Adam Pompey. So Tane Tuapiki drops to the reserves and Leka Halasima returns to the back row. Okay, so Halasima staying in the team. That is very, well, not in the team, but in the starting side is very, very good. That is very, very good news for you owners. Very interesting to see, like, if he does still come off for a bit. So that's something we will have to monitor. Mitch Barnett on the interchange. Sam Healy, Dimitri Valmega, Tanner Stoll-Smith. Okay, and Murad, Nia Corey and Chanel Harris-DeVita go to the 18-19. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's also true. We now have another option at 5'8". You Cody Walker owners, you Braden Trindle owners, even for people that are playing Purdue, maybe he goes off the rails a bit. Coming soon, and maybe that plays into the rolling 3 average for Luke Metcalf. Jock Madden also comes in for Jerome Luai, so take note of that. Also, this is the third game for West Tigers, so if you're trying to make some cash, maybe someone like Lalili is someone you want to target. Makasini, obviously, if you don't have him. Again, Alex Twal is also someone people have been talking about in Kai Pearce-Paul. Samuela Fainu has been on a tear, so there's definitely a lot of players here that can make you money, and I do expect West Tigers to still score a tiny bit of points against the Warriors. You don't know what's going to happen. The big watch is 90 minutes before the game, are we going to see Adam Dewey actually play for the team? Because that hamstring looked really, really, really tight. So if you are an owner, you really want to set an alarm, you know, wherever you are, an hour and a half before 5 p.m. So 3:30 or whatever it is for your time. But yeah, 90 minutes before, just you really need to keep watch of that. Even if you do play a bit of NRL fantasy, that's something you might want to keep a watch of because it's been carnage over there. And for NRL fantasy players, you don't get 3 trades, mate. There's no boosts, so it's been very, very tough. All right, Broncos versus Dolphins. Payne Haas, where are you? Payne Haas, where are you? You are not there. Skipper Adam Reynolds is back on deck after missing the Storm game with a rib injury, but Payne Haas is sidelined with a shoulder injury. Interesting. Reynolds returns to see Ben Hunt slide back into the number 14 role, while Xavier Wilson starts at prop. That's very good if you're a Wilson owner. In place of us, Cook Islands international Brendan Piakura joins the starting side. Whoa, after playing 44 minutes off the bench last week, Guillermo Shibasaki has been again named on the interchange and will be hoping for some game time after missing out last week when Mr. Maguire used only 15 players against the Storm. Wow, he only used 15 players against the Storm? Okay, that's interesting. Tom Flegler has been named on the bench and returned from a rib injury, with the starting side remaining unchanged for the Dolphins. So there's nothing crazy happening there. Again, the biggest news we want is how long is Payne Haas out for? That's maybe it's just a 1 week thing. That's obviously what we're hoping for. I think a big watch is Dean Mariner. Again, he looked absolutely phenomenal in the center position. Someone who I think you could definitely look at potting with this Broncos run. A lot of people going Reece Walsh as well. Does Payne Haas not being there kind of hurt them getting up the field a bit? Maybe. I think a lot of weight is going to land on Patrick Carrigan for this game and Xavier Willison. So that's going to be interesting to see. If you're a Carrigan owner like myself, I'm going to be really interested to see that. And hopefully he has a big stint. Again, nothing crazy here. If you own Finafuiyaki, who's been tearing it up with big base stats, making a lot of money, another interesting watch on this one. But again, they are not, likely to lose this game. But I mean, Dolphins just came out and smashed the Sharks, so it's going to be a very interesting game. I think a high-scoring game, nonetheless. Selwyn Cobbo also had a really good game last week, so you want to just keep tabs on the Dolphins. But again, the only Dolphin I own is Herbie Farnworth, like a lot of us. But we have to wait and see what sort of comes out of this game, because this will be, I think, Dolphins' toughest game, in my opinion. Again, Bradley Schneider's on the interchange, Flegler's on the interchange, Oren Keeley, Ray Stone with Trey Fuller and Francis Moller in the 18 and 19. I honestly think if I'm another team, I'm also looking at possibly trying to get Jesse Arthurs. I feel sorry for this guy. Sometimes he has really good games and he just gets put to the side in this team, which is understandable. Bulldogs versus Knights. Fletcher Sharp is named. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. So if you are someone who's in 5/8 struggles, this is someone you wanted to watch and really keep an eye on. Again, this is going to be a big boost for the team. Fletcher Hunt's still at the fullback position, who got sin bin last week as well. So his price will be a bit rough to sort of go for if you were thinking about getting a cheapie, but or someone. I don't know his price. I think he's a cheapie. My apologies if that's incorrect. Let's read this here. So Satili Tupanua moves to prop in place of Sam Hughes in the only change to the starting lineup. Lipoi Hopoi and Jonathan Su'a are the new faces on the six-man interchange. Fletcher Sharp returns. We've seen that. And Tyson Frizzell moves to prop in place of the suspended Trey Mooney, which is great for my draft team, which is what I love to see. Supercoach watches this game. Let's talk about Stephen Crichton. He's been doing exactly what the sort of scoring changes have suggested, getting around that 70 mark. If there's someone you did want to go to, if you are trading out Iro, I can't trade out Iro because of just all the carnage that has happened. So I now have to hold Iro. Stephen Crichton, I think, is a great shout. They are pretty much heavy favorites for this game. I don't know if they're going to go out and put 30 to 40 of them now that Fletcher Sharp is back. But I mean, if the Newcastle Knights defense isn't there, Crichton could have an 80+ game. Oh, a big thing here. Sorry. Karaz is named. So after, speculation of a shoulder injury, wow, he's actually just named in the team. So just keep your eyes on that if anything happens, because apparently a lot of people were telling me that he was just looked shot on the field. Bro, my only FRF this week is how. How did that happen? See what I did there? How did you let that happen? How long Trey out for? 1 week. 1 week suspended for. 1 week. So I still think he is a possible trade out unless you've got other things to do, because his break even is about 57 and he gets about 45 to 55 minutes, which I just don't think it cuts it. So yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are trading him out. Galvin also a bit of a watch in games like these. He could go pretty big. I think two people, Viliami kick out, Jacob Preston. If you want to go for a bit of a potty play on a 2RF that has, you know, good base capability of scoring big tries, Preston is the guy. I think personally, I'm aiming to get to a Hudson Young next week after this Sharks game. But that obviously could be the incorrect play. Again, if you're an owner of Jermaine McEwen, I think he's just been a trade out for the last 1 to 2 weeks. I think get rid of him. It's unfortunate for the Knights because they started so well. Again, I don't think there's anyone else here I'd really want to talk about Supercoach wise in the Knights team, to be honest with you. If you're a Phoenix Crossland owner, you'll be happy exactly with what he's offering you. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Just like other hookers. Howe and Paseka, hey, that's fine. As long as you got 2 green dots, guys, it's completely fine. Panthers versus Eels. Now, this is going to be an interesting game because, you know, boy, oh boy. I'm just hoping Panthers don't score 40 and Nathan Cleary has a 60 next to his name, because I think in this game, I think in this week, I'm definitely going to be captaining Nathan Cleary. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'm going to do. Dylan Edwards is also a big watch this game. I think a lot of people have been talking about him, how he's been performing solidly with Cleary there, and just as a team, they've obviously had a much better start. Some people trading in, there were quite a few trades for Thomas Jenkins, who had 4 tries last week. I think that is a completely reasonable trade considering the team he plays for, considering that they do go left a lot and sometimes they go right, and considering the form he's in. I don't know if anyone watched the game last week, but he's not just having to like walk over a line some of the times. Like there was a part where he chose to like step inside, and then DCE was coming across to him and he literally palmed DCE to the chest and DCE just fell and he put the ball down and scored. Like he is very good at getting to the line the right way. I think people are underhyping him in a sense of like, oh, it's Thomas Jenkins. Wouldn't you rather like the other premium wingers like a Carraz and that? Man, if Panthers are scoring points, Jenkins is a part of it. So don't downplay it. He could make you some good cash, but more importantly, he could just make you some really good points. We should just look quickly. Sorry, I should have brought this up, but the draw for the Panthers, because that's really important based off like Thomas Jenkins' output. So they have Parramatta, Melbourne at home, and Bulldogs away. So it does get a tiny bit tougher in the next 2 games. I've always said I was targeting Nathan Cleary for round 7, which is Dolphins away, Newcastle away, Manly at home, Canberra away, St. George into the bye, which is the Origin break anyway. So that works out well. So you do want to target these Penrith players by round 7 at the latest if I was you. Let's just have a quick read here. Jack Cogger joins the bench on his return. That's fine. That's actually, we really want to just see Isaiah Yo's minutes on this as well. I'm an Isaiah Yo owner. I'm still going to hold him. I think he's got a tiny bit more cash left in him, and I just don't think he's a priority trade out. But I say he will get around 60 minutes this game, but we'll have to just wait and see. Isaiah Papali'i got 69 minutes last game. I just want to see if that goes back to 80 or it just stays around 65, 69 minutes. So we'll have to wait and see on that. He could also have a massive game this game. I think he could score a try this game. I really do. So Jack Cogger on the interchange, Billy Phillips, Scott Sorensen, Luke Garner with Isaac Targo and Freddie Lussick in the 18-19. Then you have Talon De Silva, who had a really good week last week. Sam Tuivasa. So let's speak about Sam. So he's actually I don't know what he's in Supercoach. He's actually in my team at the moment. I don't know if that is something I want to continue to do. I'm just going to bring up these old stats. Or we'll just go to nrl.com, but I will show you him. The problem is he only gets about 44 minutes. But I think he's a pretty good player and he's a good cheapie. And with the injury to Hopgood, I'm really trying to figure out who is the person that is now going to get the minutes and the extra minutes. So in 44 minutes, he had 35 points in NRL fantasy. We won't worry about that. He had 18 runs, 175 run meters, kick meters for some reason. He had 79 post contact meters, 1 tackle break, 15 hit ups. I mean, I don't know. We actually need to look at this a bit closer because there could be some serious money to be made. So who is the guy that we think is going to be the recipient of the Hopgood injury? Is it Jack de Belin? Where's Jack? What's going on with Jack de Belin and why is he in the reserves? What is happening here? Samuel Afanu is still a great price. Yeah, I agree, does. Okay, this is so interesting to me. Hopgood out, ACL done for the season, and Jack de Belin is still in the reserves. So I don't know who Tuivasa going to come on for, or how many minutes he's going to get, but it's going to be really, really interesting to see. But yeah, bring in Walsh or Herbie. I would definitely go Walsh. All right, let's go to the next one. Cowboys versus the Storm. Oh, here we go. Joe Chan owners. Zach Labour joins the starting side at center in place of Tom Chester, who is serving a 1-game ban for a high tackle. That doesn't mean Tom Chester is going to come back into the team, guys, so just be aware of that. Tom McKaylee has overcome a knee injury to be named in the bench along with Harrison Edwards. Okay, sure. Trent Loiera is back in the starting side at lock after making his return from suspension via bench. Sure. Fijian enforcer Tui Kamakamika reverts to the interchange alongside Tyron Wishart, Cooper Clark, and Davey Moali. Jack Hetherington and Suolagi Timulatu Brown is on the 18 and 19. Sonny Luke's still there in the 14, making the Reed Money owners scratch their heads and punch a wall at sometimes. Kai O'Donnell, Griffin Neem, Harrison Edwards on the 15, 16, 17. McKaylee, Liam Sutton in the 18, 19. A big play this week, I think you could also do it, is Stefano Utoikamanu. I've just got a feeling he's going to score a try. I don't know why. I could be completely incorrect. The big dog's going over soon. The way he's playing, he is going to get a try. This could be a very scary game for the Cowboys. Really interested to see Joe Chan here, who is one of the most traded in. There's one player, guys, that I have actually been thinking about going against Joe Chan and hoping that it works out. It could be very, very dumb, and I'll tell you who it is when we get to them. But there's a player that I think now that could challenge Joe Chan, one, in making money, and two, he may not even need to be a trade out. So we'll get to that. I'll give you a clue. See who can guess it. I'll give you a clue. He plays for the St. George Dragons. See if you can guess it. All right. Nothing else there to talk about. Reed Money, I think he's either a hold or a trade out as well. Depends on how your team is looking. That's more of like a situational thing. Raiders versus Sharks. I will tell you, it's not Luciano and it's not Sua. That's how crazy it is. All right. Raiders and Sharks. We've got Josh Papali'i serving a 1-game ban for a careless high tackle. So Morgan Smithies starts a prop, and young Joe Roddy, the back rower, is added to the bench. Dane Laurie and Jed Stewart are the 18 and 19. And Matt Timoko bides his time on the reserves still. Okay. Sharks. Chat, who do we think wins this game? Is it Raiders or Sharks? Because if Sharks don't win this, they are in dire trouble. Now, the only thing I'm going to say, yes, it's Hamish Stewart, correct. The only thing I'm going to say here, guys, for my KL Eero owners just like myself, there is one thing we are going to possibly see. Because of the Sharks' loss, maybe the attack changes and goes a bit more left. Maybe Fitzgibbon comes in and says, look, guys, the ball's been going right all the time. We need to play both sides of the field. I'm going to message Craig Fitzgibbon and I said, brother, get it to Eero a bit more because my fantasy team is lacking a slacking. So I'll let you know how that goes. Maybe I'll message Crazy Fit soon and say, bro, get it to the left a bit more, please. Raiders and as a Hudson owner, possibly captain. Wow. Could be. He looked very, very good last week as well. I thought they were very unfortunate to not win the game. I thought they were quite hard done by on the Hudson Young tackle at the line as well, but it was a very, very good game. Jesse Colquhoun still in the starting team. Beautiful to see. He's got a break even of 1, by the way. I know that because I own him and I didn't trade him to Ryan Couchman. Very, very happy with that. Will Kennedy still there. Kale Iro we spoke about. Nicholas Hines. Very interesting. Hey, Nico Hines got 80 last week. That's very, very good to see, guys. So if you're a Hines owner, I think you're still happy. It's these type of games we need to see Sharks step up in, and especially step up with Supercoach scores, because when it goes really bad for them, they just all have really low floors. So you're hoping this is a tight contest. Hines has been attacking the line a bit more, which is what I like. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Talakai on the interchange, Rudolph on the interchange, Kaufusi, Brandon Uele, and Hohepa Puru Tuku Hau Tapua on the 18-19. Nah, dude, because that's a logical idea. They won't do that. Jeez. You know them so well. You're definitely a Sharks fan. That's unfortunate. Also, Ethan Sanders might be a lot of people's reserve this week because of the amount of suspensions and injuries. We'll look at my team after that and go through like sits and starts and stuff. But again, I actually don't think I have a crazy amount of sit v starts because I just have to play the players I have playing. But yeah, we'll have to see. Jaden Brayley in the interchange, Zach Hosking, Ada Mariota, and Joe Roddy. 14, 15, 16, 17. We spoke about the 18 and 19s for the Raiders. All right. There is something we're going to do, chat, at the end of this as well. We're going to do this each week. Okay? So don't worry. Titans versus Dragons. Please tell me Hamish Stewart is starting. Boom. Hamish Stewart starting. I'm really, really big on Hamish Stewart here. There's a chance I might fade Chan for Hamish Stewart. That might be one of the dumbest things you've ever heard. But the reasoning behind it is not because I don't believe in Joe Chan. I think he's been great. I almost am coming to the point where I think it might be a bit too late to get on him. And they also have Panthers next, into New Zealand, who are in great form, into Canberra away. And I think the more games we see of Melbourne, the more people are going to come in with the strategy or the defensive tactic of being like, okay, we know Hughes and Chan are playing really well together. This has to be an area where we close it down. He is going to be held out. So I really like the Dragons draw as well. A lot of people talking about Valentine Holmes. We've got Gold Coast away, into North Queensland, into Manly. This North Queensland and Manly are at home, into Souths away, into Roosters, who haven't been performing well, into a bye, into Newcastle, Penrith away. Now, for those 5, we don't know the exact amount of times rounds Hamish Stewart is out for, correct? Sorry, not Hamish Stewart, Ryan Couchman, correct, chat? Is he challenging it tonight? Is that when it happens at 7 p.m. tonight? Or what's the time it happens at with the judiciary? Because he's going in, right? They've called him in. Have they said how many rounds it is yet that he's out for? I don't think so. So that's also something we need to wait, because that could impact maybe me going to Hamish Stewart. But again, I think one thing I'm really surprised by, guys, is this Keanu Kinney trade out. I think people are going there for Reece Walsh. I'm going to hold on to him. I think he's been the best player for the Titans. He's still been putting up great points, and I think I'm definitely just going to hold him. That's just me. Faye Marnie is in, of course. Jaden Campbell, AJ Brimson. We'll definitely see what points Jaden Campbell is on for, because he had 2 tries last week. Sorry, he had 2 tries last week. He's playing again against the Dragons. Their draw is slightly opening up for the Gold Coast Titans. Nothing crazy, but they've got St. George, Broncos, then Para, New Zealand into a bye. I don't know how you feel about going into Jaden Campbell if you don't have the Cleary yet or anything like that, but yeah, it's a risk you can take. Tino, we all know about Tino. Something's going on there. He's getting limited minutes. Arama Howe has been sensational for the Titans and a great cash cow. He gets the starting still. We have to note that Josh Patson is on the 19 with Lachlan Ilias, but he could come in and make some changes. I don't think he will. Cooper Bai, Cleese Haas, Tukamiha Simpkins, Curtis Morin in the 14, 15, 16, 17. Little Sele Halangahu and Loco Pacifici Tonga on the 14, 15, 16, 17 for the Dragons with Josh Kerr and Hayden Buchanan. Also, if you are a Curtis Morin holder, he's got a good break even. I think the same as Cooper Bai. That's something you can look at if you do want to go somewhere else. I don't think that's the case. Luciano Leilua and Jaden Sewer have been really, really good. Especially Jaden Sewer. So they're two people, if you really want to target someone and pot up, I think they're two people you could definitely look at. And obviously people going to Valentine Holmes. And I do think Setsu 2 will be a play this week for your team. Is that it? That is it. That is your wrap up for the round 4 team list, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening. Podcast, 5-star review, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to continue chatting with the chat, but thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And there we go. That's the podcast done. I feel the Titans' first win. Okay, guys, let me get this Discord up for you. I'm sending you the invites now. Wait, what's going on here? So I've made the Rage Traders Discord, everyone. In here, this is where we're going to obviously be discussing things. We're going to do team reviews as well. So we're going to do like me looking at your teams, thinking what you should do for the week. That's only if you want to do that. So it's all in here. There's obviously a lot more stuff we're going to do. Now, I'm going to do some other stuff for next season because I just don't want to overload myself. But everything from like, and I'll add channels in. If you want a channel added in, just let me know. But I've kept this to an NRL Supercoach Discord only. So not other Discords, etc. But that is the Discord right there. It's pinned. You just click that. If you don't know what Discord is, guys, let me put it this way. Maybe you're like, oh, he's putting out a link, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to join this. Discord is basically, it's used heavily for like when gamers meet and then they want to like join up in a call so they don't have to use like the in-game voice microphone and keep pressing a button. Right now, it is used for other things like sports and that, but it's essentially like a server where you can just chat with people. Doesn't have to be voice chat all the time. It can be just texting, keyboard stuff, and then you just go into different channels that the server has. Like for example, this is team advice, NRL talk, results, community polls, draft, mail, key updates, podcasts, which I'm going to put in the podcast section. So it's all there for you. And then we'll have, and then even at times we'll do like a voice, stuff, etc. like that. But obviously we're just getting started. So yeah, that's it there. Does it have bet slips? I mean, I can add that channel if you'd like it. But yeah, join on in, guys. Obviously completely free. If you use Discord, we're going to get that started, get that running. And I'll put that in the YouTube community post as well. All right. We're also, what we're going to do in the Discord, which will be sick, is I don't know if I'm going to do it straight away, but we're going to have a predictions channel, right? And what we're going to do is each week I'm going to choose a player, right? And we have to guess the Supercoach points that player will score for the week. And whoever gets closest will either get free merch or something. I'm kind of thinking about it, but that's my idea. And I think it'll be really, really fun for now, because I obviously haven't got merch or anything done. We might just do it as a little game and see how good we go. But yeah, I thought that would be a really, really cool idea for the week. So what, maybe like when you're watching a player and you've got him like really high points and they're scoring, it's like a cool thing to do, and they may not be in your Supercoach team. So yeah, come on in, guys, completely free. It's pinned up for you, the Discord, easy as join in. Now, if anyone has some questions, fire away with some questions right now. I'm happy to answer anything. If not, I will end thy stream and go hang out with my son. So yeah, let me know. I've gone Chester and Hopgood to Herbie and Chan. Completely fine, and I think that's good. Thinking of maybe trading Haas to someone to strengthen. I don't think you trade Haas. If it comes out that Haas is only out for a week, I think that's a very silly trade, and then most probably a wasted boost. Also, you're going to Herbie. Let's look at their draw. Just remember, Herbie has the draw. Herbie has the draw on round 6, yeah? So they have Broncos away, into Manly at home, into the draw. Into the bye, sorry. Will the Roosters beat Manly? Yes, I say they will. Is Boyd a must? Or I think if you went Boyd last week, he was the must then. I think if you missed out on him, you've now missed out on him. That's how I look at it. And I also don't know the impact that Metcalf is going to have on Boyd. I think you had to get Boyd last week. Sorry. Mooney to Ford or Preston Rage? I would go Preston, personally. But if Ford continues to play 80 minutes, then Ford is looking very good. Is Chan a must buy? Very close to. Again, I'm very close to saying that he has missed. Like, if you haven't had Chan now, like if you didn't get Chan last week, it's very close to you've missed the boat on him. But I'm not going to say he's a must buy. I'm going to say he's a very safe buy. So if you got Chan right now, you're guaranteed to make money. He looks very good. There's nothing wrong with the buy whatsoever. So that's how I'm going to word that. Would you trade out Haas if you don't need to trade out anyone? No, definitely not. Because Haas could be the reason you start getting behind people if you didn't have him and then he came back and just keeps doing his thing. Was a must buy last week. Yeah, correct. Hold Sam Walker against Manly. I think if you've held Sam Walker this long, you're definitely holding him for this game. What is he at? Jeez, you actually held Sam Walker? You psycho. You are a psycho. Sam Walker. What is he at? What's his price at? Wow. 117 break even. Okay, what you're hoping for here is a Sam Walker 90 plus game. If he doesn't get anywhere near to it, you are very, very scared. And remember, this is the game also that DCE is playing against his old team. He might want to take the reins and try and do a lot of things. So yeah, that's a scary one. But I think if you've held him this long, you got to hold him against Manly. But that's a scary break even. I'm thinking the same thing for quick cash grab with Ford. No problem with that. Would you trade in Walsh, but it means you only have one FRF this week? No. The reason being is if your other FRF, like let's say it's Howe or whoever it may be, Flaps, gets injured or they get dropped or they get suspended, you are literally going to lose the season from that. And I wouldn't, that would be something I just don't risk. I wouldn't risk. But if you feel like they won't, you feel like they're fine and you want to take a risk, go for it. Just will have to keep cash spot for Haas as soon as available, to be honest. Sam Walker to Hughes is what I did. Walker and DC just isn't working for him. That's a very nice like little pod there going to Hughes. Don't mind it. Why did you quit the Broncos? Huh? Oh, you're talking about paying Haas? Because I didn't. I've also got Walker. That's tough. Thoughts on Stags? Don't have the fullback space to get Walsh, but I want a slice of that Broncos team with the upcoming draw. I'll tell you what. I know this is crazy. I love it, and I love the thinking you've got here because the draw is amazing. If it was me and I wanted to go for a big risk this week and go for a pod, I'm going Dean Mariner. how he looked against Melbourne in the center position, I mean, I could be completely wrong. And again, we also have Shibasaki on the interchange, so you just want to be careful of that. But I'm really curious to see how Dean Mariner goes this week, because if he looks really solid and they win again and he's carving up, he could be someone I go KL Iro down to, especially with the Broncos draw. What about Haas to Hudson and Hopgood back to Haas next week? No, I think you can wait for Hudson because his break even is 91-ish. Let's have a look. Young. Break even of 88, right? So even if Hudson Young has a really good game, let's say he goes 100 flat, you're still going to be able to attain him next week, right? And I know it's going to suck that you don't have the Hudson Young, but then next week, you're just going to do one trade and then you're going to have Hudson Young in. Or you're going to do your trades and you're just going to get Hudson Young in. I wouldn't do that. I don't like the thoughts of taking Haas out. You think Jerome Hughes is a potential pod? His ownership's still relatively low. Also, you think the Wars finish in top 4 or do they fall off? I think the Wars will not finish top 4, but I also don't think they will fall off. I think the Wars will finish around 5th or 6th. I think they'll be close, but I just don't see Melbourne, Broncos. Oh, no, let me take that back. Melbourne, Panthers, Bulldogs. I still think Broncos will turn it around as they always do. I think Raiders still have a lot to give, to be honest with you. I think they're the fight. It will be very, very close, but yeah, I think it'll be hard for them. Maybe they get a 5th. Who are my trades? At the moment, I've done Reed Marnie to Blake Brayley, Trey Moody to Joe Chan, and Ryan Couchman to Sua Ta'avi'i. This is just a potential cash grab for me. He has a break even of 5. He's on the interchange for the Eels. But again, with the Hopgood injury, I think he just looks okay from what I've seen. I'm going to look a bit more into it, see if there's a better cheapie I can go to. But at the moment, that's what I'm sitting with. Again, my team, guys, I know we're going to get into this, so we might as well get into this now. This is how I'm setting up. So I've got Patrick Carrigan. This is what has come in absolutely clutch for me. Patrick Carrigan has been sitting in my flex, and now he comes up replacing Payne Haas, and Kolomatangi's on the bye for me. I'm very, very happy with my front row forward setup. I then have Blake Brayley as my hooker now, who I'm going to ride out till Origin. I then have Lukey and Colhoun, Joe Chan, Yao, Yo, and Noah Martin. Then I have Nathan Cleary as my captain, Ethan Sanders on my bench, which I'm not touching, Purdue 5'8", Pezzett not touching. Then I have Herbie Farnworth, Moses Leo, so I'm hoping he snags something. Oh, yeah, this is right, sorry. Moses Leo, Setutu, and Makasini. So the CTWs take a tiny bit of a hit, but I have Iro on my reserves because the reason being is if you don't do this, this is what you should do. I haven't completed it yet, but you should always have the players that are playing first on here. Now, Tuiviti, actually, that's incorrect. So I can have Lukey on. I'm going to let Tuiviti sit, and then I'll go 1 Colhoun, 2 Iro, 3 Kinney. Oh, maybe it is Tuiviti. I have to choose between Tuiviti and Sanders. I actually might go with that, to be honest with you. Am I crazy for thinking that? No. Yeah, that'll be my setup. That'll be my setup. Oh, I haven't done my VC yet. My VC for the week, if Penrith are playing Parramatta, I definitely, if you have Walsh, you are VCing him. You're either captaining him or VCing him, he's definitely one of those. If you have Tanner Boyd, he could easily be a VC this week. Even a Jackson Ford, I'm not even joking. Like, I would take a Turbo. A Tedesco could be very good for a VC. A Crichton could be absolutely amazing for a VC. I don't really know what I'm going to do for my VC, to be honest with you. This is going to be a tough decision for me. I don't really have a huge amount of choices, do I? Because of this. So I'll have to look into it. New Zealand West Tigers. I mean, I could be absolutely insane and go Macassini VC. How about that? How about that? Have you seen something like that before? No, it's most really Herbie. It's most really Herbie. You think Sanders for sure? I don't know. I don't know. You could be right. So yeah, I want to see who the recipient is going to be for this, but at the moment I'm sitting with Tuivasa. That could change to another cheapie with ease. So I literally could go like Lily or someone in the flex, but I have to just wait and see. I'm considering Origin with my trade. It's not too far away. It's pretty far away, to be honest with you, Daz. I think I don't think that's the play. I really don't. I think I heard the guy who was the #1 fantasy player for NRL last year be like, if you're thinking about buys right now, it's more detrimental to you than anything. Like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rounds to the buy's impact. Like, that is so many points. Like that, if you're saying to me you wouldn't get a Hudson Young in because of that, that could be literally like 600 to 800 points from a player. Captain on Fa'alogo. Yes. Oh, jeez. That is scary. That is scary. Holy. Okay. That is going to be very interesting. Maybe I do this. Maybe I do this. It needs to be, though. Okay, this works out well. I'll tell you why this works out well. Because I can still swap out. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but I could still swap out Smith to Brayley, reserve Brayley, take off the thing off that because Sharks play second last game. So that actually looks very nice. But yeah, that's a great call, guys. That is a great call. But can I just say, though, Cleary against the Parramatta Eels. Oh, gosh, that's tasty, isn't it? That is that's a 112 tasty. All right, let's do this right now. Now, if you haven't joined the Discord, no stress. Guys, feel free to join if you want to. Do you guys go into NRL Supercoach Discords? Are you guys actually wanting an Discord? I don't know if you do. It's pinned up. Click it, join in, download Discord if you haven't. Come on in. It's going to be mad fun in there. But let's do this right now. Prediction score for Nathan Cleary right now. What do you think he gets? And let's see. I'm going to do a YouTube community post, so we'll see who gets, but I'm just interested to see what you say now. I'm going to go with against Parramatta. I'm going to go with 109. That is going to be my guess. 109 points for Nathan Cleary. No, you can't say 95 plus. I need an exact score. That's cheating. That's what we call cheating. 93. Eels often go all right against Panthers. Interesting. Eels. So a lot of you think 90s and 86s. Okay. 97, 86, 90, 72. Interesting. Okay, so no one thinks he's going 100. Oh, there we go. 134. Jace Louise. All right. Guys, that is it. We're done. Thank you so much for watching. Team lists round 4. Appreciate you guys. Please remember, I'm going to put this up on the YouTube community post right now. If you want to join the Discord, all you have to do is click that invite link and you're in. Thank you so much to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful stream and you enjoyed it here. I'll see you guys for maybe another video this week. But yeah, they didn't give him his line breakers this last week, so under 100. Okay. And yeah, take care. Cheers, bro. The man. No problem. 213. Snootron, you're banned. All right, bye.